All right, we are back. You, back for another live book reading from an excerpt of an awesome book. My name is Kim O'Neill, host of the Everyday is a New Day podcast and live show, transformational confidence coach, interview coach, Reiki master, and more. And today I'm going to read an excerpt from The Laughing Billionaire, How to Become Rich and Happy. Simple guidelines to achieve a billionaire lifestyle of wealth and happiness. And this is actually the second book reading video I've done on this book. And here's what's so interesting. Well, clearly you can see I have enjoyed this book and have flagged a lot. Here's what's interesting. So I did a video a couple months ago with this book, and I was like, oh, there's another excerpt I really want to share with people. And so I knew I was going to have to come back and do another one. Then today I was like, okay, let's find where that excerpt is. And I had this piece of paper tucked in the book, just randomly in a page. And of course, as I went to take that piece of paper out and I look, I'm like, oh my goodness, this excerpt needs to be shared right now. So we're going to have to do a third one with this book. And, so let me quickly say that this is a fascinating book. This book written by Eliyahu Jian. I interviewed him earlier this year. I believe it was June 2020, and you can catch that interview right here on YouTube in the Every Day is a New Day show playlist. And that what is so fantastic about this book is that you may have some different notions about what you're going to read in here. The Laughing Billionaire, How to Become Rich and Happy. So you may think that, I don't know, you just may have certain notions about the book that get dispelled when you read deeper. And Eliyahu's background is in Kaballah, and that's not my background. And so I found it really fascinating reading the perspectives that he had to share and seeing the overlap, the crossover between my background and learning about law of attraction and spirituality and universal principles and Christianity and all of that stuff, and seeing how it crosses over into just different language and different explanations of everything with his teachings. So what I opened up to was page 58 and 59, which is the chapter on, it's chapter 4, Facing the Dark Side That Enslaves Us. And so I'm sure right now, if you're alive right now, you know that that's fitting for this time on Earth, as this is being recorded live in October 2020. And again, I will be coming back with an excerpt from the other section I really wanted to share as well. So let's get going. I'm actually going to read the 2 pages because it's all really good. And then we're going to pull some cards at the end to expand on the message and see what else wants to come through. So here we go. How can we convert the passivity of feeling enslaved by the outside forces that keep us down? We must figure this out because in doing so, we face up to the dark side within us. Let me go back. How can we convert the passivity of feeling enslaved by the outside forces that keep us down? We must figure this out because in doing so, we face up to the dark side within ourselves. Not only the part that we don't like, but the part of us that has been hypnotized into thinking we are helpless. This is the part that is completely dependent on others and events. Here is a practice that will strengthen your capacity to override the dark side of yourself. Override your ego to be led to fulfillment. All you need to do is state, we have been created in the image of God, and today, God, I want to be a true reflection of you. Here's the stretch. Eliyahu adds some fun things in. Here's the stretch. You must say it in 1 hour before dawn, and you have to smile and be happy when doing so. Going back to the schedule or program if you so like. So now he's referencing a previous part in the book. Stay with me. This is really good. Going back to the schedule or program, if you so like, of Satan again. What thoughts do you have in your mind when you wake up? Is it a clean slate where you seek divine inspiration from God? Or do you wake up with a to-do list that reads something along the lines of brush my teeth, go to the toilet, eat breakfast, go to work, feed your kids, etc.? You can be a slave to your own habits as much as you can to any religion that has numbed your brain and relinquished your natural inquisitiveness. When you become enslaved to any thinking pattern, religious or otherwise, you lose the choices that God gave you. You're no longer thinking like a co-creator. That's not to say there are not helpful habits. There are. There are habits, both physical and mental, that help you question the world around you and continuously seek fulfillment. Just make sure they're helping you think, not enslaving you into thinking patterns that quench your thinking capacity. I'm going to read that again. Just make sure they're helping you think, not enslaving you into thinking patterns that quench your thinking capacity. You can also change your thought patterns by not thinking at all. Here is how. The first thing you do in the morning and the last thing you do before you go to sleep should be meditation. Unfortunately, religions have made people stop asking why they are praying and meditating. They just do. We need to remind ourselves that the reason that we pray and meditate is to connect to the amazing energy of the Creator so we can awaken the Tzelem. It's spelled T-Z-E-L-E-M. So that we can awaken the Tzelem, the power within. In Hebrew, the word Tzelem means images, the one created by the Creator. You could call it inspiration, the desire which leads you to fulfillment. The program or schedule the devil lays out for us is quite boring because nothing really happens. It basically just follows the dictates of the reactive nature of the body. It's our body consciousness, mental and physical desires, taking over to steer our ship. From time to time, there is a soul that escapes from the Garden of Eden, the Creator's realm. We experience these souls as people who change the world, people such as Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, those who give humans a chance to understand that the devil is not going anywhere, but God is. You will find that some challenges or addictions that have you in their grasp are harder to overcome than others. The challenges we do not overcome right away are just an indication of where we are at that moment. It's an indication that we are not using the greatest gift the Creator gave us, which is the free will to be connected to the image of the Creator within all of us, the Tzelem. Do not despair, because these challenges will not be there forever. As soon as you follow your desire to seek fulfillment, as soon as you take inspired action, things will start to change. And then, I'm going to read the last one more paragraph. If Satan releases his claws, we will experience the image of the Creator within us. This will lead to great happiness without the use of food, drugs, or sex. Or should I say, without the misuse of food, drugs, and sex. Satan's job is to show us darkness so that we can see the light. He gives us an opportunity to overcome our own darkness and step into the light. Overcoming Satan, overcoming our own desire for short-term pleasure that leads to pain, is the climb up the mountain that makes the view from the top so precious. That view is what we call fulfillment, true freedom. Because you are finally free from harmful desire, you will be a true reflection of the Creator and go on to creating your very own heaven on earth. So, let me know if that brought up something for you, what you're taking away from that. Again, I want to just first acknowledge, in case you came into this live video later on, at the beginning I was saying that, the author of this book comes from a background of Kaballah. And me personally, I don't. I come from a background of Christianity and then leaning more into spirituality and metaphysical principles and universal laws and all that kind of stuff. And I see the crossover. So when I hear him use words like Satan, I can understand that from a Christian perspective. And yet I also know that he's simply referring to that which feels dark, that which feels hard to get away from, right? We can understand that when we think of things like addictions. And so I just wanted to add that in there, okay? So I don't know where you're coming from, your perspective, but I hope that was easy for you to kind of just translate that a little differently and see how it might relate to your life. And again, all about, reminding yourself that you have the ability to say, yeah, how am I using the information that I'm tapping into, that I'm connecting with, to inspire new thinking, to inform how I think about this subject, right? Rather than telling me what to think, how am I using it to inspire my thinking? Does that make sense? Hope so. Okay, so yes, I definitely do recommend this book. It's fantastic, and it's all about becoming rich and happy through everyday principles of life. So it's not just about like, here's what you got to do to make money or here's what you do to be happy. It's yes, it's all those things to be happy that are like everyday situations and things in all of our lives. And it really does inspire some new thinking. So I absolutely love the book. Okay, let's pull some messages from our cards to expand upon the message. And let's start with, we're going to start with angel messages because that feels good. And because I realized in yesterday's video, I completely forgot to do that. And everything happens as it's supposed to, as it's meant to. So we're going to start with Walking with Your Angels, Daily Inspiration Deck by Keith Leon. And I'm going to acknowledge that I recently cut my hair and I cut it too short. So yeah, learning how to style that until it grows out. Okay, let's see what message wants to come through for everybody who views today's video. What message wants to come through for everybody who views today's video, whether you're live or on the replay? And I allow the cards to show me, which one wants to come through, which one wants to say something to us today. And sometimes they don't. So we'll just give a few more shuffles in this deck. Oh, freaking A. Hold on. Ay. Okay, so we have Archangel Gabriel. In other references, it's often Archangel Gabriel, but this particular deck, it's Gabriel. And there's the beautiful image. Meditation comes in many forms. Sitting in the silence, listening to your breath in and through music, painting, or a walk in the forest. What form of meditation will you practice today? Okay. Do you see it? You see it coming through? Awesome. I love when the cards speak directly to what was just read in the book. Oh, I love that. Okay. I'm just going to do a few more shuffles, see if there's something else from this deck. Is there another card from this deck that wants to come through? Okay, they're like kind of. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that's it. Okay, we got awesome one. Okay, let's pull from our self-care deck. See what that wants to tell us. And if this is your first time joining me and you enjoy this video, I actually have a whole playlist of videos like this, reading inspirational excerpts from really awesome books and then pulling cards. Okay, that one already hopped out. What is this one? Friendship. The back of it says, call a friend. When you're mirrored with love, you see yourself clearly. Isn't that the truth? And that's why it's also really good to cultivate that self-love, because you may have situations in life where you're not able to call a friend, right? Or some people aren't available or whatever's going on. It comes down to simply you. And so in what way are you loving yourself? So let's see if there's one more self-care card that wants to come through. Is there another message that wants to come through today? I think it might be this one. What is this? Oh, wow. If you were with me yesterday, we just got this yesterday. Achievement. Chase your dreams. You may be surprised where they lead you. And there was something about this. Let me just take a deeper look right now. Yeah. So I feel like there's some different things here. So notice at the bottom of the card, there is a butterfly, and it kind of looks like that was the butterfly's chrysalis or cocoon that it just came out of, right? And you can see it's pretty dark in there. You could consider that a sunrise or sunset in there as well. And it comes out, and now it's into a much brighter day, a much brighter, abundant day. Look at all those yellow leaves. That's your inner power and strength. And look at all these red flowers here. That's, that's an abundance of safety and security. It's safe to be who you are. It's safe to move in the direction of what feels right for you. I just wanted to expand on that. Yeah. So, you may be feeling like the sun is setting on what was. Maybe a certain phase of your life, maybe a certain career path you've been on, maybe it's relationships, whatever it may be. The sun may be setting on one thing, but you are being rebirthed into something new and abundant. And so meditation is an amazing tool that can really start to support you in finding peace with that. Moving through that transition may not all be comfortable or pleasant. And you're not alone in that if you've had that experience, if you're experiencing that now. And that's usually it's part of it. It's part of it. Having so many things be cleared away, things feel dark around you, forcing you to go in so that you can find, wait, what is the deepest truth within me? What are you tired of denying, right? Or what have you not been listening to? That it's finally time to just focus on that. When everything else gets dark and you go within to find that light, and then you gain that deeper clarity, right? It's just like the excerpt from the book. Let's go ahead and this is a fantastic time to pull a self-love card. We might pull a couple from here. So let's pull a self-love message. Ooh, okay, so let's see here. You know what? And I encourage you, if you haven't already, just go ahead and take a slow, deep breath. Exhale out any tension, anything that's going on in your world that might be feeling dark. Exhale that out. Your breath sounds so simple, I know. And it's powerful. This might be a time to embrace those new tools, things that maybe you've heard about, didn't really understand. Okay, what message wants to come through for you, for me, for every single person who views this video? What a message of self-love, which can range into, okay, so that's what this deck does. We got 3. We got 3. Let's see here. I am totally in charge of my life now. Yes. The moment I say positive affirmations, I step out of the victim role. I am no longer helpless. I acknowledge my own power. Yes, yes, yes. The next one is, I rejoice in my unlimitedness. I am aware that I am pure consciousness. I am one with all life. Oh yeah, there's the back of that one. And then we have, I am not restricted by limiting beliefs. I am gentle, kind, and comforting to my inner child as we uncover and release the old negative messages from family and society. If this is resonating with you, a theme along this message was showing up yesterday. In the reading I did on, I'll just go ahead and show it to you since I still have it here, The Art of Human Care. So yeah, so check that out. I just did that video yesterday if you're happen to be with me live today. And yeah, let's see what else wants to come through. Another thing I want to say, because we started with the reading on how the darkness helps you see the light. It sometimes can feel dark, simply realizing, oh my goodness, you may have had some beliefs or thought patterns your entire life, or maybe for a long time in your life. that now you're going, whoa, what if that was wrong, right? Or not, I don't want to say wrong. Everything serves a purpose. But if you're now able to see something differently, you're now able to realize that there could be another perspective, that there could be another truth, that the pattern that you had was limiting you, right? And something as simple and inward as that alone could be like even very just kind of scary, realizing, oh my goodness, right? Something that you just so naturally adopted. Maybe it was a thought pattern or belief pattern from just what you grew up with. You thought was normal. You thought everyone believed these things. You thought everyone thought this way. You thought this was just a standard, right? Well, this is how life is. And now like your mind's being blown right now because you're like, oh my gosh, there's another way. Yeah, even that. So just something like that can be kind of jarring, and that's okay. Breathe into that. Allow yourself to just sort of, allow that unfolding to happen. You may very well, that could be a part of you in that butterfly stage, right? Butterfly is first a caterpillar, and then they go in and it's really dark, and they don't necessarily know that, this is the human perception, right? We think that the butterfly or the caterpillar doesn't know it's going to come out and be this beautiful butterfly. And that cracking open also might be very scary, might be a time period of uncertainty. There's something better, but it's like you've got that one foot in the previous world, one foot moving into the new world. Feels wobbly. And then comes this time where it's like, yeah, you're very aware you have zero control over the transformation. You have zero control. You kind of just have to surrender. And next thing you know, you realize, oh my goodness, I can fly. I'm a completely different person in a beautiful, amazing way. And your past informs your present and where you're headed. It all served a purpose. It all served a purpose. You don't have to reject or disown a certain part of yourself, or, that might be the inclination. That might also be a scary thing of like, what, right? You don't necessarily know yourself as the new person you're becoming when you're still in the previous version of who you were. And so that can feel very scary. Like you have to choose one or the other. You can allow. They can both be fantastic. Your past served a purpose. It's supporting you and moving in where you're headed towards that dark, on whatever level, whatever scale. If it's just simply maybe the past, or maybe you do feel like your past was very dark, or just knowing that you were in a space of not knowing what you're coming to know now, right? That could be a form of the dark, and moving into a space of greater expansion and light. It's okay. It all served a purpose. So we're going to pull another angel card. We're going to pull from this deck here. And this hair, my goodness. Okay. What message wants to come through this angel deck? Okay. Relationship. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving Creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. I'm just looking at the image for a moment to see, there's a lot of softness in this. See how she's, there's like so many things I could say right now. First and foremost, yes, the most important relationship in your life will always be the one that you have with yourself. Always, always, always. The relationship you have with yourself is then mirrored in the relationship you have with others in different ways. And So that's why your relationship to yourself is always most important. And meditation is a fantastic way of getting to even a space of even deeper calm and inner peace and love with yourself, so that then you can have more peace and love and harmony with other people. Okay, then moving beyond that, let's say you are that caterpillar in the stages of becoming that butterfly. And as you emerge from that, I want to point out, I don't know, just a few things from this card. I hope it translates. There is kind of like this, oops, over here, this, darker forest that she's coming out of, the girl on the horse. She's coming out of this darker forest, but see how, it's got these beautiful flowers. What we may think is dark, like I said, serves a purpose and has beauty within it innately. And as she comes out, she's allowing this unicorn, I'm going to say the universe, your creator, whatever you consider to be your, co-creator in life, the universe, God, higher self, angels, whatever, however you want to speak, relate to that, allowing there to be another source that you meet with and co-create. And I don't know, I'm getting a sense of just, allowing yourself to take flight, to be your unique self, right? Unicorns are, they're completely unique. There's no other being like them. And allowing I'm going to call this moonlight. Moons are representative of what's hidden in the dark, and then a light kind of gets shown on them. And so allowing that moonlight and kind of coming into that dawn, starting to brighten your way forward, knowing that you may not know exactly what's coming next, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful. And the water is representative of your emotions. And notice that the water in this card is peaceful. So you've taken time to do that inner work, get peaceful inside. You're at peace with yourself, and now you're ready. You are so ready to take flight. Okay. Let's pull, you know what? Let's pull an inner peace card from Wayne Dyer. Love him. Right on top here, I'm still going to pull another card, but right on top is, I go within and get in touch with God. Oh, the back of it says, all of the great teachers have left us with a similar message. Go within. Discover your invisible higher self and know God as the love that is within you. Okay, I want to point out once again, so we've got the tree. I love trees. And within the tree, we've got a little doorway carved out just for you. And on the back side of the card, that doorway gets bigger. The more you go within, the opening that's unfolding, that is being carved out by you going within. And it's clearing out. When you first start meditating, if you've never meditated before, it's like, what the heck? I can't quiet my mind, right? It's just kind of like so many thoughts. That's why they call it a practice. You practice meditating. You just simply practice. Know that it's going to be something you don't do just once. You do multiple times, and just allow yourself to go, that's what this experience was like. Okay. And you try it again. Oh, that's what that experience was like. There's a lot more I could say about that, but you just continue to practice so that you can start to clear out the density of all those thoughts that may be clouding your mental space. And more you get to that really big open space where eventually becomes a much different experience. So let's see what other inner peace card wants to come through. Okay. And we'll be wrapping up very soon here. What do we have here? I release the need to determine how things should be. And I'm going to add with love. Look how she's embracing that heart, embracing that love. The back of it says, if you are suffering in your life right now, I can guarantee that this condition is tied up with some kind of attachment to how things should be going. And so now notice in one hand, she's got the love, and in the other hand, it's open for new growth, for that flower. And there's a little birdie flying away now, right? When we are open, the universe can co-create with us rather than us going, gosh, dang it. When is the universe? When is God? When is whatever, when is this thing outside of me going to finally happen? Are you open to it happening? Not meaning, are you craving and desiring and like almost demanding of it to happen? But have you released the shoulds? Have you released this notion that it's supposed to happen one specific way? Because if you're attached to anything, then that's a form of closure. That's a form of not being open. And so, yeah, so there's that. We might be complete here. I think we might be complete. So this was a very clear, connected message, I see. Sometimes they're like that. Sometimes they're a little more disjointed, and they're all just right. I've come to learn that whether or not the cards make sense to me, they always speak to you who connects with this video in some form, right? Even if I'm able to see a common thread, you may see something slightly differently. And that's just right. It doesn't have to be exactly what I am seeing, right? This can be a form of us even co-creating as well. You may be seeing one thread and then go, oh, wow, that's interesting that Kim saw that other thing. And how does that then maybe potentially intermingle with what you saw? If it resonates, awesome. If it doesn't resonate, let it go. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I love that mantra. I think that's always a great way to go. And definitely the common thread here we started out with the message in the Laughing Billionaire, how to become rich and happy, and the message of releasing the dark and allowing the dark, addictions, attachments, thinking patterns, which could be seen as limiting beliefs, certain thinking patterns, allowing those heavier, denser things to be released and open up new space for light. And meditation is a fantastic portal for that. Yeah, and that whole unfolding of the butterfly, right? Let's go back here. I am totally in charge of my life now. The moment I say positive affirmations, I step out of the victim role. I am no longer helpless. I acknowledge my own power. And I also I just always like to affirm that if you resonate and go like, I'm not a victim. I wasn't a victim. Like, here's what I want to say. Like, it's okay. Anything that you've experienced, I would encourage you to be easy on yourself and not add on top of that now a new layer of shame. Because, oh yeah, I was a victim, right? It's okay. Like, you felt what you felt, you experienced what you experienced, things were the way they were, and now you're in a new space. You're in a new day. You get to choose that new empowering way of thinking, way of being, whatever it may be. Everything served a purpose. When we learn from what was, you are now in a more empowered state. I just wanted to say that. Okay, so I hope this was helpful for you today. Please, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And have an amazing day. If you'd like to connect with me, I know I didn't put it in the down in the description of the video, but I'll go ahead and add some links if you'd like to connect with me in different places. In the Every Day is a New Day group on Facebook, if you'd like to book a consultation call with me for coaching, guided meditations, anything like that, I'd love to connect with you and hear from you. And if you haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel. I've got different videos that I show up on here I'll be doing more of these book reading videos, and so you see more of those, as well as the Every Day is a New Day show, Rise and Shine series that I'm doing, and other things that pop up that I add to this channel over time. So with that said, have an amazing day. I hope that you continue to love yourself, step into your power, and just be easy on yourself, whatever's going on with you. And I'll see you very soon. Okay, bye.